us who live in this area, who do rely heavily on council housing, understand the consequences of getting moved out of your council house and being promised something new, because it ain't going to be what you had before. That is an absolute promise. Okay? So I'm going to now pass the microphone on to my brother Nijam, who is, as I said, my deputy, and let him speak to you for a few minutes. And then I'm going to be asking Miss Linda Barmier to come up. And I've got one of my other candidates that I've just seen in the back as well, Steph, who's going to be coming up here to speak as well about, and he's been on the streets with me every single day. I'm sure all of you have seen him at Maida Hill. He's become a statue there for us as a Workers' Party. Absolutely brilliant young man. Right, Nijam, please take over, buddy.
Thank you, Hoz. Thank you. Good evening, Harrow Road. How are we doing? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Fine, good. I can see the voice is a bit lower, yeah? Everybody all right, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the effort, but I know that nobody is 100% okay. Thanks to the government. Isn't that wonderful, eh? Gift, straight away they come into the power. What do? The utility goes high, yeah? The next thing what they do? The senior citizens, they get punishment. The winter fuel car. I went to the local doctor the other day, and all the doctors, they are worried how they're going to cope on this winter. Every year we get an extreme winter now because of these the problem we have with the environment at the moment, global warming. So it's a worrying matter, but they're not bothered about that, so forget about it. Anyway, coming back to Harrow Road, I used to live here around 1992, Harrow Road. I spent my childhood here. Yeah? And then last weekend, I came after all these years. And what I see, there is nothing different. Still same Harrow Road as I left in 1992. Yeah? And I know why. Labour, they like to keep it like this. Yeah? You want to be the poor and needy, so you vote for them, thinking they're going to give you some grant, this and that, and all these promises they do every year, and we believe in them. But it's our, it's our time, we get in punishment now. So here, I spent the whole weekend, didn't see even one single policeman walking on the road. If you see sometimes flashing light going, then it's not their business, it's just they're doing the road, walk or whatever it is, and that's it. So recently, an innocent life lost here. It wasn't their fault. Someone lost their life because of the knife crime. Yeah? But I didn't see anything from our local government. Recently, I came in this center here on Friday to pray, and I see the MP, the current MP, didn't have any decency to come here. Send the Labour Party's candidate to come with the former MP, because she doesn't have time for us. She doesn't need us anymore for the next 4 years. And neither of these councillors, using the Labour's councillors, they won't see you for 4 years, for another 4 years, as soon they're done with their election. So, anyway, we know and we learn it hard way, and this is our turn now. This is our turn. On 19th, we're gonna get somebody who cares for us, someone who is part of us, who understands us, who have solution for us. And this is nobody else rather than Hoz himself. My brother Hoz is there. I know he's capable. He's running a party, a national party. He is the national campaign coordinator for the whole United Kingdom. He is a very experienced person. Last election he handled 154 MPs, for whole country. And he had a plan for that. Unfortunately, it did work for us in a way because we are getting stronger and stronger, and we're going to come back. But with your support, this time with him on 19, we're going to show everybody that we got somebody in the council who understands us, who speak our language, who feel our feelings, and I know that he will sort things out. The crime record here is high. Not only the Harrow Road, the whole Westminster is #1 in UK for knife crime, if you look at the national statistic. And it's not new. It's always been like that. Moses State, just around the corner, Moses State, is the most dangerous. You know, you say Moses State, everybody knows. You say Liverpool, everybody knows. But here in London, a place like this, neglected, have to be leave. And we can't just leave it like that. We have to do something. So it's our turn. Now, on 19, we get somebody in the council who will communicate with us, who will understand, who will have time. And he's not shy to see us. He's always available for us. He will sort it out. So let us all work together. And on 19th, we get our man in the council. Yeah? We can do that?
Bravo!
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice evening.
Thank you very much. I have just noticed someone in this room, and his name is Irakli. Irakli was the candidate for Queen's Park and Maida Vale. He stood for becoming a member of Parliament for this area. I was wondering, would you mind coming up here, Irakli?
Yeah.
And so this is our candidate for the Workers' Party, and I'd like him to say a few words for us. Come up here, please. Come up to the middle. Nice to see you.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I ran under a very strong leadership of these men and women to fight for the MP nomination of Queen's Park, Maida Vale. I ran because this is the only party, the main party in this country that stands for Gaza, to end the genocide that continues under the Labour leadership. The results are in, okay? And what do we know now that we maybe didn't realize, but I think everyone in our party realized, and that is that Keir Starmer's Labour Party's honeymoon period post-election is over. Okay?
It's over. Yes.
Okay. Since the victory of the Labour Party, their popularity ratings have gone from 72% to 50% on 2nd of September. It is already in the open that promises are only going to get broken and we're going to have more of the same. First things first, instead of trying to save this country and change this country, what we've seen is the Labour Party wage a war against this country's pensioners, okay? First, the winter fuel allowance. I mean, they're stealing from pensioners that have paid tax to make this country what it once was, okay? It's outrageous. Second, while all of this is happening, Keir Starmer has no problem going around and having his wife shopped for clothing and God knows what else, and I don't know if it's for her or for him, but it doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. But this week alone, I read a headline that the plan to scrap free bus passes from pensioners has not been rejected. So the onslaught and the war against the people of this country continues, okay? So this constituency, which is so close to me and for all of us, because I think probably across Britain we spend the most time here as a group of people, and I was grateful for all the support that the party gave to try to undermine and to try to save this country from this Labour dominion. I wanted to say that you now are in the most important location in this country right now. Mm-hmm. You have an opportunity to send a message that is just saying that the party is over before things completely get out of hand, okay? People are struggling in this country. People wanted change in this country, and instead what they're getting is a war on the pensioners, war on the vulnerable, and vulnerable because people, for example, that are living alone are not going to get potentially their 25% discount on council tax, okay? So it's not just the pensioners that they're going after. And I hear that Keir Starmer says that it's going to be very difficult, but the question is difficult for whom, okay? It's certainly not going to be difficult for his 3,000-pound cat and his tens of thousands shopping sprees by donors that go undeclared. It's going to be very difficult for the people of this country. And it is every citizen's responsibility. And I couldn't think of a better candidate to vote for, to change, to really drive change, and to show Labour that this is not the way. This is not what people voted for. And the only group in this location that can make change is my friend Hoz.
Yeah, yeah.
Who actually is, still is one of my favourite candidates. I cannot tell you
Hoz?
how much I appreciate.
We're sitting
You
here.
got less votes than him. He got a lot more votes than you did. So I'm just going to go with the work rate that you
I'm going independent now.
Go independent. You'll be able to see on your own. Anyway, more importantly, I've got two more people I'd like to speak, if I may. I'd like to invite Steph to come up here for me for a minute to give us a little bit of speech about. He was also my candidate for Lewisham. Then we'll go for Linda. Then I shall take very little of your time, and then our leader George will take over. Guy.
Thank you, Harrow Road. Thank you for coming. First of all, I would like to thank my leader, George Galloway, and my mentor, Hoz, for the opportunity. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Harrow Road, it's a blessing to have these guys willing to help us. We are sick and tired of seeing our kids dying on the streets. We are sick and tired of inequality. It's time for a change. Hoz is intelligent, good looking, sorry ladies, he's married, sorry gents also, he's also hard working. Believe me, if there's anyone out there who believes that a multicultural area could strive together, on September 20th, the Workers' Party have the answer for them. Together, on September 19th, let's remember what Mr. George Galloway has done for us, for the Muslim communities, for all the kids in broken homes. It's time to be grateful. Let's get ourselves out there and vote for our brother Hoz. That will be the only way we'll be grateful for the Workers' Party. Time for a change. It's a hard time. It's a Workers' Party time. See you on September 20th. Thank you.
God willing. Well done.
Linda? So Linda Barnier is standing as a council candidate for us, and she was also my candidate for the Crawley seat in Sussex. She's actually officially the poshest candidate in the whole of our party, and I like to embarrass her as much as I can every day, and I love her. Try and sound. Linda, I want you to try and sound common if you can.
Good luck.
Hello, darling. It really is a pleasure to come here. We've come from Crawley, and everybody knows Crawley, of course. They call it creepy Crawley. Yeah, but it isn't. It's exactly the same as here. Multicultural, very diverse, and it's something we should be celebrating. You can't hear me? Okay. I thought you were asking me for a drink.
Put your microphone down. You're not being posh at all now.
So, I don't see any problems that are different in working communities. What I see is different is the people and how we bring them together. When I started thinking about the Workers' Party and what were we going to do, of course I've known George Galloway and looked at him from when I was a child. That's not true, actually. But I have very fortunately been married to a Palestinian for 40 years, and he passed away recently. And I'm happy that he passed away simply because he would be absolutely devastated with what's going on in Gaza today. To see this genocide is increasingly horrific, and I can't believe it. I mean, when I was talking to my 4 children the other day, we said, when people question us and say, it's unbelievable, when I say this is happening and this is happening, the children, the limbs, the amputations, the no medicine, everything. People say, I can't believe that. And you know, it's so unbelievable that we can't believe it either, but it's happening.
Yeah.
My husband, my late husband, I was very lucky, he was an ex-ambassador for the PLO. He's related, of course, to Yasser Arafat, which of course you all know. And he never took a penny of salary for his position when we were in West Africa, because like all the Palestinians, like all of us here, we're all Palestinians and we have to fight for this cause. That's the reason I joined the Workers' Party, and I fought for the Workers' Party. And then I discovered, actually, I quite enjoy this. I quite enjoy meeting the people and seeing the people and seeing the other members of the Workers' Party and finding myself with a purpose. I found people that I could relate to, the people that understood me, even though I talk too poshly for some reason. But I also found my way convincing people that I never thought that I would convince. And then I said, when this particular council position came up, and already our wonderful Labour council left without a word, and these people are going, what's happening? Where is he? We expected at least 6 to 8 months. We didn't. He left already. So I am now going to the people saying, trust me, get to know me, then you can trust me, and then you can vote for me. Because I intend not to be this career politician, but to be a genuine, authentic, outspoken person who clearly has stood for 40 years, even alone at times. I will do that for the Crawley people.
She was quite posh, wasn't she? Go on. Right, I'm just gonna...
You're very classic.
Thank you.
Right, I'm just going to make a quick introduction as well. This is Gayatri, which is George Galloway's wife. At the moment, we as a party need to have more women involved in politics in our party. We don't have enough. So I have asked Gayatri if she can to do something about that. And she's promised she's going to lead a initiative to make sure that our party has far more women than it does at the moment. So I'm going to pass the microphone to her very quickly and let her take over and see what she has to say about that.
Good evening, Harrow Road. Harrow Road is home to me. We used to live in this area, so we feel very comfortable and very happy to be here and to be supporting our brother Hoz in the upcoming by-election. In regards to the women movement within the party, yes, obviously you've just heard from Linda, excellent example, unfortunately not enough, so I am asking all of my sisters in the hall and beyond that upon the election, God willing, of Hoz this Thursday, we'll get all the ladies out. It's our time, ladies.
Yes.
In February, when George won the seat in Rochdale, it was down to the ladies. The ladies, the women and the youth made it possible because they saw an avenue, they heard their language, and they saw an avenue of making their voice heard through voting for George. So let's do this. And secondly, I just wanted to remind you all that the only reason that the Workers' Party is here is because we are actually Labour, right? We are Tony Benn Labour. That's the long and short of it. But the Labour Party today is no more. There's no more there. So we can't allow Labour Party, New Labour, to continue the crimes it's doing, committing abroad and domestically. So that's why we are here, and that's why we are only a very young party. We've only been in existence for 4 years, but we've made quite an impact since February, and then in the last election, general election, in which Hoz took upon the responsibility coordinating all the members standing for seats nationwide. It was humongous task, but he did it. So it shows the capacity that Hoz has and will therefore be able to do for you, Harrow Road. So please remember that we're here only because we want to show that Britain needs an actual party that stands up for the laborers, the workers. Here we are. And here's our candidate for your area. How lucky are you?
Thank you, Martin.